lahat. Good to see you again. Alam niyo po, ang ginawa ng mga kasama ko dito, kaubos kayo. Biro na. Alam ko naman na maganda ka lang binahagi sa inyo. Siguro nung in-announce sila ako nang babalik. Hindi na sila dumating. Anyway, pagpapatuloy po natin yung ating pong usapin tungkol sa stress for success. Alam niyo, yung bagay dito ay napaka-importante. Okay. Kaya po, dahil ang stress po ay hindi naiiwasan ng tao, in fact, it is a myth to say that stress should be busted. Kasi yung stress is not necessarily bad. Ito po ay neutral. Our response to stress will either make us or break us. Yun po ang idea. Kaya naalala po ninyo, kasi yung stress, yung mga nangyayari sa buhay natin, hindi natin kontrolado yan. Tama ba? Pero kontrolado natin how we will respond to whatever happens to us. Okay po? So isang bagay na huwag natin kakalimutan yun. Ngayon, ito po yung idea. If you want to succeed, despite the stress that we are experiencing in life, kailangan magkaroon tayo ng tamang perspective. Pakisabi sa tabi mo, stress is not your enemy.
Stress is not your enemy.
Stress is your alliance to succeed. Yun ang napaka-importante ninyong ilagay na sa isip natin. Never to avoid stress, but learn to deal with stress in the right way. Kaya po, ang tawag dito, stress gears. No? Kunyari po, naalala ko kasi, nung kailan ba yan? Mga 2 days ago, nasa Red Sea ako. Nag-swim ako sa Red Sea. Ang lamig! Sabi ko, grabe palang lamig ng Red Sea na yun. And I was not geared for that kind of, yung lamig, no? Ngayon, prior to the Red Sea, ang nakakatuwa, prior to the Red Sea, nagbaptise kami sa Jordan River. Okay, sa Jordan River, naka-gear ako kasi malamig eh. Alam ko lang malamig at alam ko na rin maputi. No? So, ang ginawa ko, nag-frog suit. Alam niyo yung frog suit, no? Hindi kayo mamilya? Yun yung mga suot ng frogs. Parang diving suit pa. So, para hindi ka pasok, hindi ka malamigan. So, yun ang suit ko. So, tawa-tawa sila sa akin. Sabi niya, why are you wearing that? Sabi niya, malamig to. Eh, kung ilang daan kayong babautismohan, hindi biro yan. Na ang tagal-tagal namin dun sa tubig. Dun sa inyo, paglubog nyo, bangon, alis na. Eh, kami mag-stay doon. So, in other words, yung lamig, walang kwenta because I was geared for that particular temperature. Dahil yung suot ko, tamang-tama lang. But if you are not prepared, if you are not ready, if you are not geared for that particular scenario, for sure, giginawin ka at ma-stress ka ng mabuti, it will not be good for you. Tama ba? Ganun din ang idea nito. Kaya, stress gears for success ang ating pinag-uusapan. Now, last time, yung unang-unang diniscuss, sabi natin, stress gear for unexpected pain. May mga unexpected pain, whether we like it or not, na mga dating sa buhay natin na hindi naman natin inakasahan, hindi naman natin pinaplano. In fact, most of the plans that we prepared, hindi nangyayari. Merong laging glitches na hindi natin maintindihan. Tama ba? Naranasan nyo na ba ito that yung plano nyo hindi nasunod as according to plan? Na-experience na yan? Okay, so ganun din na nangyayari. Kaya we need to rest on God's amazing plan. Kasi pag hindi natin natutunan yun, for example, kahapon when we arrive, hindi ko ini-expect that when I come home, yung anak ko would be sent to emergency para lang dahil sa sakit niya. So sabi sa kanya, it was not part of my schedule. Ang part ng schedule ko sana kahapon was just to sleep the whole day. Yun naisip ko eh. Kaya lang, dahil may sakit, unexpectedly, tapos yung anak ko nagpahatid, unexpectedly, matagal ko sila hindi nakasama. Obviously, hindi ko sila pwedeng hindi pansinin. Tama? So those were unexpected, and yet, kailangan magtiwala, Lord, you have great plans for this. I know you have reasons why you allow these things to happen. And nung naalala ko, nung may turo ko kayo, nakalimutan ko kayo sa totoo. Nakalimutan ko may schedule ko ngayon. Kasi nalito ako sa oras, nalito ako sa timing. Nasabi ko, now I understand. Okay po? So, tuloy na tayo. Hindi lang yon. Ito minsan pa, meron tayong stress gear for worry. And obviously, worry is not bad. Worry is not necessarily bad. Kasi yung worry na yan, it may also mean concern. Okay po? Yung positive nun, kasi isipin niya, if you are not concerned about your future, hindi ka mag-prepare. Di ba? Kaya lang, yung concern, nagiging masama, it becomes worry. In other words, it controls you. Kaya, ang stress gear mo is belief. It is relying on God's goodness. Now, how about failure? Sino dito hindi pa nag-fail sa buhay? Sino? If you haven't experienced failure in your life, you are bound to fail. Kasi yung failure is necessary for us para may prepare natin. Kasi walang tao hindi nag-fail. Okay? Kaya napansin ko, nagtataka ako, bakit yung mga karamihan sa mga laude, yung mga graduate na laude, talo pa sila ng mga hindi nag-graduate with honors. Yung mga hindi nag-graduate with honors, parang ang yayaman. Ang gaganda ng negosyo, ang yayaman. Sabi ko, ba't kaya? So I try to figure out. Kasi based on studies, 80% of those who are millionaires are not necessarily academically excellent. So, anong sikreto? Ang isa sa mga nakita ng difference is that those who were not accepted, those who were not academically excellent, they are used to fail. And they're not afraid to fail. Yung mga matatalino, yung mga academically excellent, hindi sanay mag-fail. Okay ba yan? Dahil hindi sila sanay mag-fail, ang dali nila mag-give up pag nag-fail na sila. And sa business, sabi nila, if you want to succeed, sa 10 trials mo, 11 failures. Andiyan lang yun. Minsan 9 failures, tapos yung ika-10, doon pala magkakagumpay. Kaya, ang idea is to persevere. How can you persevere? Learn to fail forward. In other words, forgetting what lies behind, but looking forward to what lies ahead. Then use your failure to move forward. Learn from it. So, napaka-importante nun. And last week, sabi sa atin, ni Sir Ronnie, was for us to be prepared with infidelity. Bakit? Kasi po, ito stressful ito. Ulitin ko, there's nothing wrong to love, but to love to the right person. Okay po? Hindi dapat magmahal kung kani-kanina. Mahal mo silang lahat, okay? Pero special concern para sa isang tao, yan ay exclusively para sa iyong asawa. Now, if you are not yet married, obviously, you wait in expressing your passion na maikasal ka kasi it will never give you rest. It will cause more stress. Okay po? Parang malungkot iba sa inyo. Parang iba, problema ko na kayo, wala kang boyfriend eh. Stressful talaga yan. Pero, mas stressful pag meron. Kung mali, sabi nga nila, do you understand the difference between finished and complete? Alam nyo? Ganito yan ha. If you marry the right person, you are complete. If you marry the wrong person, you're finished. Hindi biro yun, kaka-stress yun. But if you are married and you always long to be with somebody else, you are completely finished. Kaya kung yung idea ng ganung stress. Now, let's discuss the stress gear for business. Alam niyo, tayong lahat ngayon, it seems na parang kulang na kulang ang oras. Napansin niyo ba yan? Unlike before, parang ang bagal ng panahon. Ang bagal. Pero may parang lahat kulang. Parang you want yung whole day to be 48 hours instead of 24. Na-experience niyo yung ganyang bagay? Parang lahat ng nire-require sa atin to finish, parang it cannot be done in an 8-hour work hours. Tama ba? Tama po ba? Eh, paano natin ito haharapin? Learn to relax. What do you mean? Itong relax na ito, I copied this particular acronym from Rick Warren. Pero in-adjust ko para sa context natin. Okay po? So, hindi ito original sa aking relax na ito. But I like the acronym, kaya ginaya ko na. So, sabi gano'n, una, look at this. Sabi ng Bible, it is senseless for you to work so hard from early morning until late at night. God wants His loved ones to get their proper rest. Sa madaling salita, sabi niya, walang kakwenta-kwenta ang magpuyat. Okay ba? Gigising ka ng napaka-aga, tapos matutulog ka ng napaka-late. Yung iba ka natutulog ka sa umaga. Ang sabi gano'n, ang totoo niyan, ang gusto ng Diyos, rested ka. Now, you ask the person beside you, are you rested? Ako sa experience ko, kapag nagsasalita ako tuwing linggo, doon lang nagre-rest ang tao.
Wala. Hindi siguro sa kanya.
Now, this is the idea. This is the kind of life that God wants us to have. That we may have proper rest. Because if you are burning the candle at both ends, you are not as bright as you think you are. Masusunog parehas. Hindi pwede. And in fact, sometimes the most spiritual thing that you and I can do is just go home and rest. Magpahinga. Nakakala natin na lusat, nagigilty ka ba ba nagpapahinga ka? Hindi. Sabi ng Diyos, He wants us to rest. Many people think if you give your life to God, or if they really give their life to God, if they really sell out to Jesus Christ, ayun. Hindi niya ako narinig kanina, no?
Hindi.
Sayang naman yun. Inis na ako. Napagod ako doon, na-stress ako Now, let's go back to you see, God, this is the kind of life that God wants us to have. A rested life. A life full of rest. In fact, sometimes the most spiritual thing that you and I can do is just to go home and rest.
Luma ba yung material?
Okay mo ba yan? Kasi ang idea ng maraming tao, if they give their lives to God, if they give their life to Jesus, they would be working so hard. Talaga parang walang tigil, as in walang rest. Sabi ng Diyos, mali yan. You need to know how to unwind in God's way. Paano? Sabi ng Bible, let's go back to Psalm 23. Sabi niya, He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. Pansinin niyo po ito. It was the shepherd himself will cause you to lie down. He makes me lie down. Ang mga sheep, hindi rin yan, gusto nila galaw din ang galaw. Gusto rin kahit, sabi niya, He will even, imagine in green pastures. If you are in a green pasture at ikaw ay tupa, obviously we cannot imagine how a sheep behave. Kasi wala naman tayo nakitang sheep dito, tama ba? No. Yung sheep parang kambing yan. Nakakita ng kakainin. Kain ang kain yan. Naintindihan natin? Now, if you are in a green pastures, obviously, kain ka ng kain. Tama? You want to be fed. Pero sabi ng Diyos, look at this, He makes me lie down in green pastures. Hindi mo kailangan common, dami mong pwede kanihin, kuha, sayang to, nandito na to lahat, sayang to. Na-notice ko rin yan, nung nandun kami sa trip, lahat ng kain namin buffet. Kahit busog ka na, gusto pa rin kumuha, dahil sayang. Tama ba? Bayad na to. Pagkatapos ko tinanong ka, are you full? No, I'm fed up. Sobrang puno! Parang wala na, parang lahat ng kinain mo, walang saysay. Hanggang sa huli sabihin mo, pare-pareho lang ang lasa. Pero kain ka pa rin ang kain. Kasi ang dami, abundant eh. Ang idea ng tao, while they can still earn, while they're in the green pastures, they want to keep on harvesting, working, getting, and getting. Pero sabi ng Diyos, hindi. He will make you lie down in green pastures. I brought you here because I want you to rest. In other words, you don't have to worry. Andiyan na, kompleto na yan. Ngayon, alam niyo po ba, napakahirap nun para sa isang tupa sa Israel? Kasi pag napunta kayo doon, disyerto. As in, ang hirap maghanap ng damo. Dito, ang dami, binibenta kung saan-saan. Dagot sila kay Duterte. Balik tayo. In other words, talagang hindi biro to find a green pasture. Kasi kaya once na nandun yung green pasture, wow, we need to get everything that we can get. Pero ang idea ng Diyos, no, I brought you here to relax. Kaya even with the case of water, kasi mahirap humanap ng tubig din sa Israel. Desierto rin doon. So, pag nakakita ka ng tubig, wow, grab mo na yung opportunity. Pero baliktad. Ang isip ng Diyos, kailangan kang mag-slow down, I'll take care of you. Because the shepherd will think about your needs, not us. Okay po? Kaya kailangan lang natin mag-cooperate with the shepherd. Now, let's continue. Kaya, ang idea ng Diyos is for us to learn to rest and recreate. Now, look at the words, ha? Yung recreation, kaya ako hiniwala yan. Kasi the idea of people with recreation is pleasure. Hindi dapat, there is a creation again of yourself. Kasi ang nangyayari, pag pagod na parang nawawala ka na sa sarili mo. Tama ba? Tingnan ninyo, yung mga taong pagod, irritable. Hanapin niyo yung taong laging nagagalit. Always look for a person who is always irritable. That person is restless. Either puyat yan, gutom yan, tama? O tuliro. Maintindihan natin. So a person who is restless, we need to have a recreation of himself. Now, kaya, sabi nga ng CNN, since wala naman pong statistics sa Pilipinas, 59% of all Americans would like to slow down and relax more, but they don't. Di ba ang lungkot? Kaya, pag-isipan natin, ano dapat natin gawin? We have to learn to relax in God's way. Paano? First, realize your value. Ulitin ko, realize your value. Pakisabi sa akin mo, realize your value. Bakit realize your value? The reason most people overwork is because they confuse their work with their worth. Nagkakatingan? Akala nila yung work nila and their worth are the same. For example, tingnan mo, ano pangalan mo? I'm John. Okay, John, what is your work? Yun sunod tanong eh. Pag sinabi mo janitor, baba niyan, janitor lang. Pag sinabi mo security guard, baba niyan. Kaya sinasabi na, what is your work? Floor director. Oh, saan? What production? Yung mga tagalinis na mag-floor. Diba? Parang iniiba nila yung pangalan para lang magandang pakinggan. Noon, pag sinabi mo salesman, pangit, account executive. Ang lakas ang dating, no? Tama ba? Kaya akala na kasi yung worth nila is based on their work. Mali yun. Your worth is never been based on your work. It is based on what God, on how God looks at you. Sino ka ba? And you need to understand this. You are worth more than what a person can value himself. Why? Can you ever imagine God who created the heavens and the earth willing to die for you? Yun ang worth mo. Sobrang napakahalaga mo. Pakisabi sa tabi mo, napakahalaga mo. Kami na niya ako gano'n makahalaga. Kasi bag ko. Tingnan ko kasi may pera ako dito. Ano bang gusto mo? Dollars? Piso? Wala lahat. Parang kinuha na anak ko kanina. Sensya na kayo wala rito. Di ba, Alik? May kapag 1,000, pautang ka muna. Pamimigay ko lang. Ha? Ano yan? Wala ka 1,000, hindi magdaan lang. Sino gusto? Sino gusto? Oo! Hindi pa nahihiya gusto. Bakit naman ito? Nakainis! Tama yan! O, sino gusto? Bakit? Limandaan pa rin yan eh. Kahit insultuhin mo yan, kahit gurak-gurakan mo yan, kahit lubunin mo yan, 500 pa rin yan. So, naman salita, even if people will insult you, will destroy your reputation, it will never ever change your worth. Naintindihan ko? Kaya lang, pag hindi mo pinabuhay yung worth mo, wala rin sa ito. You have to make sure that this 500 should be used in a proper way. In other words, kaya lang minsan nawawalan yung worth ng tao kasi they never use their worth accordingly. Okay? So tanong, as a husband, naintindihan mo ba yung worth mo in your family? To your wife? Now question, are you living it out? As a father, do you understand your worth to your children? Live it out. No, in your office. Anong position mo sa office? Ikaw ate, ay, huwag ka na. Ano pa, sa ibang style ka eh. Sino po work dito sa security ba? Security ba? Ayun, yun, siyempre, mga green, ha? Anong work mo? Oh. Anong position mo dito? Ha? Tingnan mo, ang taas! Ngayon, alam mo ba kung gano'n kahalaga? Yung tanong, are you living it out? The people under you, people around you, will truly feel and really experience your worth. Naintindihan ko natin. Kaya ako, sa'yo na natuloy. Sorry may sneak up virus yan. Kaya itong napakinggan na always remember your worth. Kaya sabi ng Bible, look at this. God decided to give us life through the word of truth. So what we might be, look at the words, the most important of all the things He made. Ano sabi ng Diyos? Sa lahat ng kanyang nilikha, ano ka daw? Ikaw ang pinaka-importante. Sino dito mahilig sa aso? Ayan. Di ba kung alagaan natin mga aso? Grabe, no? Sa mga mahilig ako, mahilig sa aso. Asawa ko mahilig sa aso. Mahilig ang asawa ko sa hayop. Meron siyang ibon, meron siyang isda, meron siyang aso. Kami-dami niyang hayop sa bahay. Kaya ako nagustuhan niya. Hayop sa ganyan lalaki. Wala ko ng boses. No, balik tayo. No, ito yung idea ng Lord. Ito, tayo yung nakalagaan